Matt, what's the strangest thing you hear as a personal trainer?
Man, the strangest thing I've ever heard is when you guys start and they say to me, Matt, I don't want to be too big. I don't want to be big like Arnold. And my brain just kind of freezes and I'm thinking, you don't want to be big like Arnold? Well, maybe if you spent 10 years in the gym and maybe 10 years in the kitchen properly, you're going to be half Arnold. So guys, please don't set your negative thoughts already ahead.
It's funny because a lot of guys who've never trained before, they come into the gym and they're like, I don't want to get too big. And like if you've been lifting for like 10 or 12 years, or like Matt has for 20 years, you realize that getting big takes a lot of hard work, a lot of eating, a lot of discipline, and a lot of everything. And so it's not going to happen overnight, is it?
I find that the most strangest comment when especially when slimmer guys come to the gym, and that's the first thing. Usually they say that because they've tried putting weight on, it hasn't worked, so they kind of go back a step and go, actually, I don't want to be too big because it's probably not that easy. So they kind of limit themselves from the beginning.
And this is a common thing that women say as well. They come into the trainer and they're like, I don't want to be too big. And I used to have an old trainer and he'd be like, trust me, honey, you might take 2 years and a lot of heavy lifting and diet before you ever get too big. So don't worry about getting too big. When it comes to Schwarzenegger, he put in the time, didn't he? By the way, Matthew loves Arnold. Don't you, Matthew? Tell him about how Arnold got weight.
I think Arnold is the biggest shit in the world. He's the best. Actually, I like many bodybuilders. I like Yates a lot. I grew up in that era as well. So I have a lot of favorites, but Arnold is definitely one of them, especially from the old era.
Okay, so tell me, for the guys that do want to get big, what do they have to do? What are some of the things they have to think about when they come in the gym? And talk about a 24-hour life cycle, 24/7. What are the kind of mentalities you got to have if you want to put on, say, 10, 20 pounds of muscle mass?
One of the basic things I used to stick with, I never used to feel hungry. So always be ready, have food ready, train regularly, you can't skip. And always give your muscles the protein they need. You can't be deficient. You can't be going hungry, going to the gym, or after gym being hungry because you haven't had the time to prepare or you haven't had the time to eat. So always have food ready for you.
Great advice, great advice. It's funny, Mike Dolce, former guest on London Real, always makes fun of people when they're like, oh, I didn't pack lunch. And he's like, oh, lunch. Never saw that coming.
Yeah.
As in, we know we have to eat 3 or 5 times a day if you're lifting, so plan it out. Plan if you're not going to be in the right place, bring your protein with you. For me, if I ever feel my blood sugar dropping, I panic because A, I'm going to feel bad, but B, I know I'm getting the nutrition to build the muscle that's going to save me in the gym next time for the next set. Right?
Guys, if you want to go big, you got to eat big. But that's the same thing as reverse. You know, with people that want to lose weight, they can't eat big. They got to reduce their calories. So count your calories for the ones that want to lose weight. And for the guys that want to get big, you got to eat big. But eat big clean. Don't eat big shit.
Eat big clean is right. He's always trying to get me to eat more. I'm always trying to say svelte.
You used to eat more,
and
then you kind of stopped.
But it's true. If I really wanted to get bigger and lift heavier, I'd have to eat a lot more and carry around another 3-4 kgs, and then my weights might start going up. I just don't feel like doing that right now.
That's how you're going
for the lean and look.
He likes the lean
44-year-old look. So, all right. So, moral of the story is, don't worry about getting too big. It's not going to happen. Put in the time. Put in the 3 months, 6 months, 4 months, all that stuff. Lift to get heavy. If you want to know more about my kettlebell workout, it's on the London Real Academy under London Real Fit. Somebody just beat my time of 9 minutes for my kettlebell circuit.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't him. 20 kg snatches, 32 kg swings. Check it out, LondonRealAcademy.com. It's kicking off. Check my webinars out. Even Matt might show up here one of those days.
Maybe I should.
Anyways, that's it. Matt Solik, Trainer to the Stars. If you got some comments, leave them below. Matt's answering every single one of them, right?
That's correct, I am.
Do you promise you're going to do that?
Yeah, I think I should throw the hat over the fence and start answering your questions.
Okay, good. So put some nasty stuff in there that he has to answer too. All right, click on the button, subscribe. We'll see you next week. Peace.